Hi, welcome back to my video series. Thank you for tuning in to the third video to learn more about preventing depression through occupation. I want you to be able to have a full effect of walking through this process with me step by step. So if you haven't, please go watch videos 1 and 2. Videos 1 and 2 are included in the description below. In the last video, we defined what occupations are. We looked at your past, present, and future occupations. And we looked at what occupations are currently important to you. I want you to reflect on what your typical day looks like for you. Timestamp that, hour by hour. When we look at what activities are consuming our times during our day, that's also known as activity monitoring. I'll give you an example. On Mondays, I wake up at 5 a.m. I go to the gym from 5:30 to 6:30. I eat breakfast and listen to my podcast from 7 to 7:30. I shower and get ready for work from 7:30 to 8. I work from 8 a.m. to 4 with the lunch from 12 to 1. After work, I usually relax for about 30 minutes by playing with my dogs or watching TV. I eat dinner from 5 to 6 p.m. and then I use the evenings for whatever else I may need to get done. I try to wrap up my day and get ready for bed at about 10 p.m. In this example, I only gave you what my Monday looks like. But for the purpose of this video series, and so that you can get more out of it, I want you to look at your time span from Monday to Sunday, the duration of a week, and what you do throughout those days. You can use the template that I provided, or you can make it your own, get a sheet of paper, write down the activity, and the time next to it. You can pause the video at this time and record your activities that you engage in daily. Once you finish writing this down, you can press play to continue on with the video. Now that you have monitored your weekly activities, I want you to ask yourself some questions. What activities are associated with my highest mood? And what am I doing during these specific times? What activities are associated with my lowest mood? And what are you doing during those times? Is there a pattern that you notice on how active you are and the mood? I want you to look at the most and least active days and what was your mood like on each of those days. For example, my highest mood is when I'm working out in the morning or playing with my dogs. And my lowest mood is when I'm eating lunch or when I'm getting ready for bed. I need to work on a better bedtime routine to improve my sleep. Normally, when I'm getting ready to wind down for the day, I start to think of things that I need to do for the next day or for the week, and I don't get enough sleep. When I exercise in the morning, it helps me to feel accomplished with the big first task of the day. I'm starting off my day on the right foot. Now that you've reflected on these questions that I just asked a little bit ago, I want you to rank how each activity that you do throughout your day makes you feel, again, for the duration of the week. Rank each activity based on your mood, 1 being the lowest mood and 10 being the highest. I'll give you another example using my Monday schedule. When I wake up in the morning, my mood is about a 6. When I work out, my mood is at an 8. My mood is a 10 when I play with my dogs, and my mood is a 5 during my bedtime routine. Again, I've provided a template in the description below that you can use, or you can use your own. If you decide to write down your own things on your own sheet of paper, this is the example that you can follow. I want you to write the number of the ranking of your mood next to each activity that you're performing. If you're choosing to write it down on a piece of paper, you can timestamp each activity, what you do, and the mood next to it. At this time, you can pause the video to write down your mood next to each activity that you have listed already. Press play when you're ready to continue. Now, I want you to use your activity monitoring sheet and take your moods that are next to that and separate those into 2 separate lists, an energized list and a somber list. In my example, with the Monday schedule that I gave you earlier on, working out is when I feel energized. And during my bedtime routine, or my lack of consistent one, is when I feel somber. I want you to use the template that I provided in the description, or again, you can make it your own, and separate, based on your mood, which activities make you feel energized and which ones make you feel somber. You can pause the video to separate your activities into the appropriate columns and continue the video when you are done. There was a study done that shows the relationship of emotional awareness and emotional knowledge with mental health. During this study, the results showed that there are high levels of emotional awareness and clarity that coincide with positive mental health. For example, using this video, when we're acknowledging how we're spending our time and we're understanding and identifying how certain things impact our mood, we're becoming more self-aware of our emotions. All of these templates that I provided or things that you've written down throughout this video, I want you to keep them on hand. Make reference to them later on. In the next video, we will be talking about your values. We'll identify your values, the importance of them, and how successful you are integrating them into your daily life. Thank you for tuning in for video 3, and we'll see you in video 4.